Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. It's Abrix here, and today I'm going to be showcasing my Lego Vector K10. And before I do start the video, I accidentally deleted my AK-47 video from my channel. So unfortunately, I don't have that video anymore. I don't have the file to that video in my camera, so I can't re-upload that. And that's another reason why I wanted to make this video as soon as possible, just because I don't want a big time gap between my VMP video and this one. So yeah, so let's get right into this weapon. So this is the Vector K10. Here's a full look at it. It's super awesome. The main color scheme is dark tan and black. A little bit of dark gray for those details there. And yeah, so it's super cool. Let's get right into it. So the first thing as usual I talk about is the handle. This is 3 studs wide. And it's really cool because I made this so complicated. I have studs going outwards on this side, on the front there and the back, so I had to make it upside down basically, if that makes sense. I also added some side plating on the back here, which gives it a nice design. This is probably the most comfortable handle I've made yet. I really like this handle. It's super comfortable. You don't feel any sharp edges digging into your hand. I really like that. A very obvious working trigger. Trigger guard, hand grip or hand guard. I'm not sure what this is called. If you guys want, you guys can tell me that. And also, I found a new design to connecting my handles to the main weapon. And if you guys do want a video, you guys can comment that below, and I'll make a separate one with this, using this, taking it into depth, so you guys can use this design on your own weapons. And it's a nice design. Like I said, if you guys want to see that, comment down below if you guys want that. So here it is. Here's a first person view. And once more, the full look at it. So yeah, this is one of my favorite weapons. One of my top 3 favorite weapon. And the reason for that is just because this really presents my improvements between my first gun and this one. Because I added so many features to it and so many functions that I'm super proud of how this turned out. I really enjoy how it turned out. And yeah, so let's get right into the first feature. So of course, the magazine, retractable magazine. It's quite simple, really. It just connects to the weapon with stud connection. I couldn't really add a mag release just because of the magwell design. So yeah, so also in the real magazine and in my model, I added that transition between 2 studs to 3 studs with side plating, which is really nice, and that's just so it could hold more rounds. I also didn't have enough tiles, so I had to use these 2x2 slopes on the sides there. And I think it's a cool concept just because holding the magazine is super comfortable. And also I added these textured or these modified bricks which have like a grilled texture to it, and that just helps me indicate which side goes in front, but I'm just gonna leave that out for now. The next feature I do want to talk about is the sights. Here's the sights, and I really like these sights. I really think that the front sight is really accurate, and the rear sight, I think I could improve on that, but I still like looking down the sights. Really nice. And those just fit on a rail system. There's 3 rail systems on the Vector. There's the main one on top that's super long. I managed to make that really nice and smooth using a bunch of those jumper plates under each bump to the rail. And I really think that's really nice. I really think a lot of people could start using that design. Saves up buying a bunch of these 1x2 tiles. You guys can see there's a bottom rail in there on the bottom of the bottom receiver. And if you turn it around here on the right side, there's a rail system on the side right there. But there's only one, so there's 3 rail systems. So yeah, it's really nice. The sights do fold, which quite cool. I really like that. They are removable, but that's the the position I put them on. So the next feature I do want to talk about is the charging handle and the bolt. So you guys can see I could push it all the way back or pull it all the way back, and it does retract. Looked like I pushed it, but it does retract. And also the charging handle is foldable. Unfortunately, this detail right here, this dark gray detail, prevents the charging handle to fold back into place. But yeah, it's really cool. You guys notice there's a gap, and when you press this bolt catch, it does release that, which is super cool. And I do want to give a huge shout out to Alan's Custom Lego Guns, because this is his bolt catch design. I just improved, not improved, but I modified it a little bit so it could be a little shorter, just so it could fit this vector. I also had a nice design, those black lines there, that's on the actual vector, which they are angled pieces so it could angle outwards. The bolt catch is one stud out from the actual main gun, and the main gun is mostly 4 studs wide, and the handle is 3 studs wide. But this section right here is 5 studs wide, just because of bolt catch, which is really cool. The charging handle is separate from the bolt, so it allows the bolt catch to actually work. You guys can see there, and if I do turn it around, you guys can see this is quite inaccurate, just because I added the bolt visible from the shell ejection port, and that's not actually how it is. It's down here, aligned with the barrel. And what's interesting about the vector, the thing that makes it a vector and that makes it different from all the other weapons, the bolt design, when you pull it back, it has a section here that it retracts downwards and it doesn't retract backwards. So it basically pulls back and it goes downwards like that, which is cool. But unfortunately, I couldn't really make that just because this is my first time making the vector. So this bottom receiver part is made differently, and I couldn't really implement that. So yeah, so I made the bolt like that just so it could show more easily that bolt catch feature, just like that. So that's that, and yeah, that's pretty much it for that. I really like that. I really like how that turned out. I might start using this bolt catch design, and I'll try to get to Alan's Custom Lego Guns to see if that's alright, if I could use this design mostly on my weapons, if it's the right shape. So yeah, so I really like that. I do thank him for that, and maybe soon I might make my own design, but I really like how that turned out. So I think it's super nice. You can hear the click there. Next design, or next feature, is another thing that I'm really proud of. I created my own lock mechanism for the stock. It locks the stock in place, and this is my own design. So if I press the button, you can pull the stock out. And I also made that my own design for that mechanism there, so that when the stock folds, it is one stud apart from the gun there. And also it has a section right there, and it just connects the stock to the weapon with just one stud, and it is quite nice. Also the handle can withstand that, the weight, which is super nice. The handle is quite strong. Really proud of that. You guys can see the mechanism there. When you push down the button, it does push down this part, which locks the actual stock into place. So I really like that. This is my own design. I will be using this design on any other weapon that has this feature, but when you press it, you can see here it goes back into place and it doesn't move. So now next thing is the design to the stock, and I know this ain't the original design of the actual vector, and that's because this does have just because of the locking mechanism. The original design, I was able to make that, just that it added so much weight on the back here, so I couldn't really use that just because it was breaking the mechanism here. So I couldn't really use that, so I had to find a new design, and I came out with this one. And I think this design is super nice. I really like how that looks with the actual vector like that. So I'm not sure the origins of this stock, I just think it looks really nice, so I decided to use that. So the next feature is probably the biggest feature of all. I've never used this feature. It is, you guys could probably see in the title, it does field strip completely, and I'm super proud just because I made the field strip just like the actual one. A little bit of inaccuracy, but I still think I accomplished it really well. So yeah, so let's get right into that. So you guys can see these dark, if you may wondered what these dark circle tiles are, that's the pins for the actual field strip to hold the bottom receiver to the top one. And so yeah, so I'm going to show you that right now. So you saw there, I took all the pins out, and the reason why I'm holding my vector on a angle, on a tilt, I'm tilting it a little bit, it's just because so it wouldn't break on me. And here comes the most satisfying part. There we go. So here's the lower receiver. You can see the parts I used to connect to the actual weapon, and the screws that actually hold the bottom frame receiver to the top receiver. It is in the correct spot. All the screws are in its correct spot on the actual thing. The next part to the field strip, here comes the barrel, which it does field strip as well. Alan's Custom Lego Guns Vector also really inspired me on this field strip. Here's the barrel, which is quite simple. That just goes into there. You could also place it back in. And yeah, that's pretty much it for that. We can place it back on there. So there it is. You guys can see the building structure of that, the mag well. Here's the charging handle. You guys can see how it's separate from the actual bolt. Here's the bolt catch. That's pretty much for the bottom frame receiver. Here's the top receiver. It's quite sturdy. You guys can see here's the bolt, as usual, separate from the actual charging handle. So yeah, so it's quite sturdy. It's really nice. So now I'm gonna put this back together. See, it locks into place quite easily. So I put it back together, and that's pretty much it for the vector, guys. That's all of it. You guys can see here I also added the fire selector, semi-automatic, 2-round burst, and fully automatic. The fire selecting thing design is Alan Custom Lego Guns. His vector really inspired mine, so that's why you see a bunch of similarities. Here's the fire and safety, or maybe it's vice versa, but I don't really remember, just because I don't have indicators for it. Another thing is I couldn't really add a lot of detail to the bottom receiver just because I didn't have the pieces, just because Lego doesn't really make certain pieces in the Dark 10. And yeah, that's the reason why I couldn't make a lot of detail on the bottom receiver. But I still really enjoy it. I really love this vector design. First design, I really like it a lot. But yeah, that's pretty much it for this guy. If you guys really like the weapon, make sure to like. I do appreciate all the support. And as always, I'm out.